Right, I'm going to show you what you can do with some of the ingredients that you've received in your grocery box. I'm going to do a mushroom omelette, and we need mushrooms, eggs, and a little bit of butter and some seasoning, salt and pepper. I hope that you would be able to cook with your parents to create this lovely omelette for yourself. So first of all, I'd like you to slice the mushrooms into thin slices like that. Be careful not to cut your fingers. Right, so now it's your turn to do that. Now that you've all cut your mushrooms, we will simply take a nice big piece of butter to fry the mushrooms in our pan. We're just waiting for the butter to melt, and we're going to cook the mushrooms in our pan with the melted butter. If you don't have a big knife like I've got in the kitchen, you can use any other knife. A mushroom is really soft. It should work with just a normal dinner knife. So the butter is melting nicely. You can hear the sizzling there. Remember, butter burns quite easily, so you don't want to cook it too much. As soon as it's melted, like it is there, you just add your mushrooms straight away to the pan and give it a little mix to coat it in the butter and let it cook a little bit. So mushrooms are a soft vegetable. It has lots of water in it, so there will be water cooking out of the mushrooms. So we will have to cook them just a little bit longer to make sure that all the water has evaporated. I want you to do that now. Right, so the mushrooms now are nicely cooked and brown, and I'm just going to put them on the plate here, because the next thing we're going to do is to crack our eggs. So I've got my bowl ready, and I'm just going to hold the egg in my hand, and I'll go tap, tap, so that it's broken the shell there, and then I can just break it open and the egg falls into the bowl. So the next one will be a little bit quicker. So now it's your turn to do this. Right, now listen to me very carefully. So we've got the eggs in here, and I'm just using a fork, and I'm not over whisking, but I'm just whisking so that the yolk and the white of the egg is nicely amalgamated. So it's not difficult at all to do, and we're going to add some salt and a little bit of pepper. Mix that through, and now it's time to cook the omelette. I want you to mix your eggs first before we cook the omelette. Okay, we're back on here. So again, another piece of butter. I'm going to put a little bit more. So my pan was hot, still from frying the mushrooms. You can see how nicely it's sizzling. And we don't want to burn the butter at all, we just want to melt the butter. The butter also gives it a really lovely flavor. That's why I'm not using any oil. And now I'm pouring the eggs straight into the butter. Can you hear that lovely sizzle as the eggs are cooking? And I'm just moving the egg around. You can see it starting to cook already at the edges. But now my eggs are settling nicely. Can you see there? And I like it when it's soft like this, because the eggs will keep on cooking. And now I'm just going to put the fried mushrooms in the middle, and it's time for me to fold the egg over. I'm going to turn my gas off because the egg is cooked. I'm going to use one of these kitchen utensils. So I folded it over nicely, and there is my omelette done. So that was only 2 eggs, 4 mushrooms, and 2 lots of butter. And you've got a delicious lunch.